I do believe there's a different curse of The Exorcist, and this one I have lots of proof for. This curse involves any director attempting to make a sequel to The Exorcist. They're all doomed.
But William Blatty believed the sequel's only curse was a lousy story. Blatty had issues with the original film too, and he was determined to make things right.
He felt that some viewers went away from that film feeling that evil had won, although that certainly wasn't his intent. So after a period of years, he thought, well, I would like to have the other side of that equation, and he wrote this novel, Legion.
Legion was set in Georgetown 15 years after the first Exorcist. The novel hit bookstores in 1983 and became an instant bestseller. But with Legion, Blatty was in no hurry to sell the screen rights. He wanted to direct the movie version himself. 6 years later, in 1989, he got his wish. James Robinson, CEO of Morgan Creek Productions, agreed to bankroll the film.
I felt it was a franchise, and I felt that somewhere down the line it should become a TV series. And then if that worked, then we do another sequel or prequel, whatever.
However, the movie Blatty delivered surprised the hell out of studio execs.
It was a subdued, sensitive, intimate film that had all of these really interesting theological discussions in it.
You believe in possession, Father?
What happened is the studio said, well, we want to sell this as a sequel to The Exorcist, so we want to call it Exorcist 3. And William Blatty had two problems with that. First, there was no exorcism in the film, so why call it Exorcist? Secondly, why would you want to reference Exorcist 2, The Heretic, which was so bad, and give this a numeral like 3? So that was a problem, but it did become Exorcist 3, and when studio executives realized there's no exorcism in this film, they made him go back and shoot an exorcism for the film, even though it didn't have anything to do with anything.
Despite the contentious debate and a makeshift scene that made little sense, Blatty worked his magic.
In William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist 3.
The Exorcist 3 earned $25 million and turned a profit, despite mixed reviews.
It was faithful enough to The Exorcist to make people remember The Exorcist fondly, yet it was original enough and interesting enough to have its own life force, to have its own intelligence to it. I think it was a good and underrated film, and way better than Exorcist 2, The Heretic. No Pazuzu in this one.
In 1977, The Exorcist 2, The Heretic was a critical and commercial disaster. More than a decade later, author William Peter Blatty dreamed up another horrific cast of characters. And The Exorcist 3 became a moderate hit. But did the public crave more evil? And what price would cast and crew pay to create it? James Robinson, CEO of Morgan Creek Productions, bought all rights to any future Exorcist projects. For years, Robinson tried unsuccessfully to develop an Exorcist TV series. He also hired William Wisher to develop a script for a feature-length Exorcist prequel. Meanwhile, William Peter Blatty and director William Friedkin convinced Warner Brothers to re-release the original Exorcist, this time with several minutes of never-before-seen footage.
Exorcist tickets, come right through.
On September 22, 2000, The Exorcist returned to theaters across the country. The film terrified a whole new generation of moviegoers and grossed another $100 million.
Well, I wasn't allowed to go when I was little. It was kind of a banned thing, my mom.
But in May 2001, another member of the original Exorcist crew was struck down. 62-year-old Jason Miller died suddenly of a heart attack.